If you've never purchased a piece of property before, you've never bought a home before, I would say look into a RD loan, a rural development loan. The USDA has a program that they will help you with your down payment, so you don't have to have this mass amount of money out of pocket to be able to acquire a piece of land. This will be absolutely marvelous for people that are struggling to come up with money down because they're feeling the tightening of the prices of groceries going up. They're feeling the tightening of the price of their rent going up, but they still want to be able to afford a home. They still want to be able to afford a property. What you're going to want to do is get your mind outside of the city. And it's really a beautiful thing because inside of the city is so many rules and so many regulations. You want to get to a rural area. The government has incentives for you to move out into rural areas so that you can start to afford these properties. Understand that you getting outside of the city is going to be one of your greatest assets to being able to afford this property. Also, you want to look for unrestricted land if possible. Now, what is unrestricted land? That means you don't have your homeowners association. You don't have your local community telling you you can't play your music too loud. This is an area where you can get out, and if you want to, you can build your own septic system. If you want to, you can install your own well. What am I saying? These are things that you probably won't be able to afford to do, especially if you're not financially in the best position. But what you lack in financial means you can make up in willingness and your willpower to be able to get out and do the work and get these things done. Also understand that simply moving to a rural area is a plus for you because land is much cheaper out there. Land doesn't cost as much as it costs inside of the city whenever you move to a rural area. Let's just say your credit score won't allow you to get a rural development loan. Your next move, I believe, that you should start to look into is owner finance property. Go on to Google, look into Zillow. Let's say we'll just start with Zillow. This is a site a lot of people go to look for homes and look for land. Everybody's familiar with it. Go 50 miles, 100 miles, 150 miles outside of your major metropolitan area and start to search there. You'll find property where there might be a person that posted it for $120,000. And then they went down to $100,000. Then they went down to $80,000. What you'll find with these landowners or these property owners, that these are motivated sellers. These are people that are struggling for whatever reason to move this particular property. You can go to that owner and say, hey, I'll give you 2%, 5%, 7% down, and I'll take over the payments, meaning I'll pay you $500 a month, $400 a month. Hell, I've seen them sometimes cheap as $200 a month to take over that property. And now I can grow, I can have my livestock on there, and I don't have to go through a bank. That'll help you out if you have bad credit. There's a program called Adopt a Lot where you can go find old abandoned cars, old abandoned trash, and clean up that lot. Once that lot is cleaned up, you can also do a deal through this program that you take over possession of that lot. Now you can use this lot to farm on the lot. And when I say farm, I mean grow your fruits, your vegetables, basically create a community garden if you want to. Well, with this garden, now you have the ability to farm inside of the city. So there's many different ways that you can acquire land. There's many different ways that you can acquire your property. Sometimes we just have to think outside of the box.